Incoming! Controversial take here. Controversial take incoming. Please do not get triggered. If that didn't already scare you, then thank you so much for stopping by, for being a competent human being, and for trying to rationalize some arguments that are about to be made here. But thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. Today, I want to talk about some quote-unquote controversy that kind of has been happening in the Smash Brothers community. And to be quite honest with you, this does not surprise me. I feel like with every single reveal, maybe with a couple exceptions here and there, I feel like with every single Smash Brothers reveal, there has to be some sort of controversy. And honestly, this time, it kind of really surprises me. It kind of doesn't really surprise me, to be honest, but it's already at the tipping point, right? It's already goes to show that a lot of people will just complain to complain. And if you are familiar with the Smash Brothers scene, if you are in the Smash Brothers community at all, you are probably aware that this happens literally every single time a new character gets revealed. But for those of you guys who don't know what is going on, let me give you guys some context. So recently, a new character was announced for Smash Bros. Ultimate, and that is Pyra and Mythra, characters you could say, from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Now let me give you guys my opinion on this whole thing first, before I get into what has been going on online. So, I have never played a Xenoblade Chronicles game. I have wanted to play. You know, they recently released Xenoblade Chronicles 1, the definitive edition on the Switch, which looks awesome. I have kept up with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. It's been one of my games on my wish list for the longest time. And obviously, me being a weeb and a nerd and a fucking weeaboo, of course I know about Mythra and Pyra before even playing the games, right? I follow a lot of artists on Twitter. You could do with that information as you will, but of course I know about Mythra and Pyra. I'm all about the waifus, so of course I know about them, right? So me personally, even me not playing those games, I was still really fucking excited for those characters. I even did a reveal reaction, and it almost sounded like I was crying for a bit. Oh my god! No way! What the fuck? But anyways, I'm really excited, right? I don't really necessarily care at this point if a character is added to Smash and they are quote-unquote a swords fighter, because to be honest, to some extent, a lot of the characters that a lot of people want in the game are sword fighters to some extent. So some of the coolest characters, you know, like Dante, Travis Touchdown, Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden, to some extent, a lot of these characters have swords, right? And what even defines a sword character, right? You could call Steve a sword fighter because he has his diamond sword, or he has his sword. You could call Ganon a sword fighter because he has his sword. You could call Link, you could call all the Links as sword fighters. And it's like, at some point, you just kind of have to give up on that argument. I'm sick and tired of hear people saying, oh, well, it's another swords fighter. Why are they adding another swords fighter? When it's like, bro, if you take a look at the cast, if you're going by the technicalities of things, a lot of the cast has a sword or some sort of sword-like weapon in the game. So that whole argument is kind of invalid to me at this point, because it's like, well, are we really going to take away the chances of a really cool popular character getting into Smash just because they have a weapon that kind of resembles a sword, you know? And this time it's kind of meta with it, right? Technically, Mythra and Pyra are swords themselves. They're actually weapons. So it kind of goes to show, like, is this the first character that we're getting that is actually technically a sword, but the human embodiment of them is like a big fucking waifu? Like, okay, it's crazy, right? Anime Japanese RPGs, right? But online, I have seen a lot of people upset about this, right? I have seen a lot of people upset about this because I have a feeling that a lot of people really expected a character like Crash to be included, right? And honestly, Crash is still my number one pick for Smash Brothers. I just feel like Crash will fit amazingly into Smash Brothers, considering all the cast and all the characters. I just feel like Crash will just blend right in, and he will do amazing in Smash. I feel like that's a character that we need to see. I feel like that's a character that a lot of people want to see. But keep this in mind. I live in America, right? And I feel like Crash is more near and dear to a lot of people's hearts that live in America. They grew up with the PlayStation 1. They grew up with Crash Bandicoot as a series and here in America, right? And I don't know how popular Crash is over on the other side of the pond in Japan or whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's not as popular as it is here in America. It might be. Correct me if I'm wrong. Rant about it all you want in the comments. But I'm pretty sure that's the thing. Now, Nintendo is a Japan-based company, right? Obviously, they are loved worldwide. They operate from all parts of the world. But you got to keep in mind that primarily Nintendo is a Japanese-based company. So they are reading their audiences from both sides of the world, from both sides of the pond, right? We have characters like Steve. We have characters that are more catered towards the American audience. You remember when in E3 they revealed Banjo-Kazooie at the end of one of the E3, and at the beginning they revealed Hero. They were appealing to both sides of the pond. Why? Because they understand that their audiences are huge and both sides of the pond. I know I keep saying both sides of the pond, but it's basically the analogy that I'm trying to preface here, right? So they understand that, hey, we have a huge following here in America, so we're gonna try to appease to that audience. But they also understand that in Japan, in their homeland, they also gotta appease to them so that they could keep interest high in that area of the world, right? So that way their sales are up. And at the end of the day, you guys got to understand, at the end of the day, Nintendo is a business, so they got to make business like moves to make sure that their audiences all across the board are pleased and that they're happy, right? So you might say, oh well, we just got Sephiroth, right? Well, Sephiroth, the thing is, Sephiroth and Final Fantasy are kind of an exception. I feel like Final Fantasy 7 is kind of a worldwide love. Like a lot of people worldwide, not just in Japan, love Final Fantasy 7. So of course, I think Sephiroth kind of fits that middle ground of like, well, obviously, like, yes, Cloud and Sephiroth are characters loved in America and in Japan. So I feel like that Sephiroth is kind of like an exception, and kind of like the perfect balance of like, well, Sephiroth is pretty much loved anywhere because Final Fantasy 7 is amazing regardless of where you go, right? A lot of people know Final Fantasy 7. It's a lot of people's favorite game of all time. But you have games like Xenoblade Chronicles, for example, who are probably more loved and endeared back in Japan, where Nintendo is based off of. So I feel like Pyra and Mythra are more catered towards that audience, but there's still going to be people over here in America who are still really, really excited to see characters like that, because even like me, I'm excited to delve deep into Xenoblade Chronicles, and that has been a series that I have kept up with for a pretty long time, and it's something that I actually want to stream and actually just want to play. But it's such a big investment. I heard it's an insane amount of hours that you have to put into that game to actually, pass it or just to get deep into the game. So it's just something that it's kind of been daunting on me, but I do want to do it because I love the characters. I've heard so much good things about it. I've seen Etika, rest in peace, play the game, and he loved it. So obviously I want to try it out too. But I just don't really understand why people are freaking out about this, right? Like I said, not everything is going to be catered specifically to your tastes. You got to keep in mind that in this Fighters Pass, I'm pretty sure there's 6 or 7 characters, right? 6 or 7 characters, feel free, or 6 or 7 characters. But I still think that there is a little bit of everything for everyone, right? Steve, we have the Japanese characters, we have the American characters that appease to those types of audiences. So you just gotta be patient, man. And at the end of the day, it's just a fucking video game, right? It's just a fucking video game. I don't understand why people give shit to other content creators or to other people on Twitter who are excited for a character that they personally like, when it's like, bro, it's just a fucking video game, right? And who cares, right? Who cares? If I'm excited for if they add motherfucking Timmy Turner from the Fairly Odd Parents, then let me be excited, right? Why are you gonna go and shit on other people just because you are excited? You aren't as excited as the person next to you, right? So I feel like this whole thing has been completely gone overboard, and it's really surprising to me that it's still going on, because after a while you just kind of have to like take a double take and understand like, hey, why am I being the party pooper here? Why am I not letting other people get excited? Why am I commenting on every single Twitter thread about others being excited for a character that I'm not necessarily excited for, right? At some point, you kind of have, I guess the moral of this whole video and this whole rant, sometimes in life, you're not going to get what you want. And especially with video games, especially when you're dealing with another company, right? So Nintendo is a company at the end of the day. They have to make business moves like this in order to appease to all their audience, not just the one side of the audience, one side of the pond, like I was saying. And regardless of this, I'm pretty sure if Sakurai didn't want to have Mythra and Pyra in the game, he would have said outright rejected them. But he probably understands not only just the audience, but he probably likes the character in general. I'm pretty sure stuff like Steve wouldn't have been able to happen if Nintendo, if Sakurai just said no, right? Obviously, Sakurai works for Nintendo, but I'm pretty sure if he would have talked to them and said, you know what, I don't really feel like Steve would have fit in Smash Brothers, and I'm pretty sure he still feels kind of like happy that he was able to pull it off, right? Because we've heard so many stories of like Steve being such a technical mess to actually like get into the game in the first place. But I'm pretty sure if he would have really struggled or really just said, you know what, this is not going to happen, I'm pretty sure he would have talked to Nintendo and not made it happen. But I mean, Sakurai is a fucking god, so he makes it happen regardless of how difficult it might be. So we get characters like Steve, which I'm pretty sure in a way he's still happy that he was able to do it, because I'm pretty sure it was a technical feat for Smash Brothers, right? But yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it off here. I don't really want to rant off too much. If you guys aren't happy about Mythra and Pyra, that's okay. I'm not telling you that it's not okay for you to not happy about it. You have your preferences. You have your choice of video games that you like, right? There's probably other picks that you would want to see more in Smash other than these other characters. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Just gotta suck it up. Just gotta hope that the next character appeals more to you. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game. And let's just hope that whatever characters we want that don't get added into this version of Smash Brothers, hopefully in the future, if there's to be another Smash Brothers game in whatever console Nintendo makes next, then hopefully we get those characters, right? But yeah, I'm going to leave it off here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you have anything to say, if you want to talk about anything, I will be opening up a discussion in the comments down below. So let me know how you feel, not only about this whole Smash Brothers mentality where people are just completely open to shit on other people's open mouth when a character they like gets announced for Smash Brothers, and also let me know how you feel about the recent addition to Smash Brothers being Mythra and Pyra. Alright, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay tuned, we'll catch you on the stream. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap a like on the video if you enjoyed, and check all the links down below for the Twitter, the Discord server, and TikTok. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe. Peace. Bye.